Hello, my name is Heather Antos, and I am a comic book editor, writer, artist, and avid gamer. One of my favorite games of all time is Age of Empires 2: The Age of Kings. Age of Empires 2 was first released in 1999, published by Microsoft through Ensemble Studios. It was a PC real-time strategy video game that I have probably spent thousands of hours playing over the last 22 years. A brief rundown of the game. It's set in the Middle Ages, and as real-time strategy, you are a specific civilization in the Middle Ages with a specific tech tree of upgrades, bonuses, etc. that you can upgrade to as you run your town. You have to collect food, gold, stone, build houses, and quite frankly, survive and outlast and defeat your opponents. As you gather these resources and build these towns and defeat your enemies, you can do this in 5 different historically based campaigns, which constrict the player to special story-backed conditions. There are also additional single-player game modes and multiplayer as well. This game was an amazing way for me as a kid to really get my foot in on what gaming on the PC was beyond Ski Free, Free Cell, Hearts, and Solitaire. I was very lucky that my father built computers for a living, and so my brothers and I had our own sort of network in the basement growing up, and this was the game that we bonded over. We would sit and spend hours upon hours on 3 separate PCs competing and working together and creating alliances and betrayals in order to be the greatest empire that the Middle Ages have ever known. Me personally, I was always a Celts or Byzantines fan. The game went on to receive numerous awards, topped sales charts in 7 countries. It was huge. It had significant impact on all RTS games in the future in this genre. The original Age of Empires 2 and its 2000 expansion pack, The Conquerors, were later released as a collected gold edition, and it's now considered one of the greatest games ever made. So great, in fact, that an updated high-definition graphics version of the game, Age of Empires 2, the HD edition, was released in 2013. And most recently, in 2019, Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, a remaster, was released. Now, as I said previously, I spent a lot of my childhood playing this game with my brothers, but that doesn't just stick to that childhood. I still, at 30 years old, play this game probably once a day as much as I can. It's such a great decompressor for me. I love RTS's routine, formulaic structure. I like learning the different strengths of the different civilizations that you can play and how you can use those strengths against other civilizations that you're competing against. It's so much fun to create your own maps and play with different people online. I've played competitively a couple of times, so didn't really get very far in that regard. But it's such a great community, and I think it's so cool to have a game that was created 20 years ago stand so strong in 2021 today still. This game is still how I bond with my brothers who live in Seattle and Columbus, and I'm in New York, and we can still hop on the internet with our headsets on and battle it out on the battlefield the same way we did as kids. There's not a lot of games that you can do that with, and that's what really makes this game so special to me. Is it's something that I can play 20 years later down the line, and it's still exciting to me, and it's different every single time, and yet still so familiar. And you know, if you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest checking it out. As I said, Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, just came out last November in 2019, two Novembers ago, and it's available on Steam, or I'm sure you can download it straight from the Microsoft Store itself and check it out. Happy gaming!